Alright guys, it's Mad and welcome back. Right, episode 2 of the road to the derp scout, the infamous T39. So where did we leave off last time? We did a Chaffee video, didn't we? And did quite a lot of assist points with the great camo value of the Chaffee and some binos, picked up an easy mastery. Anyway, so on to the T37 now. I'm pretty sure this is just what the Chaffee used to be like. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know the turret is the turret the Chaffee used to have. Not too sure about the gun or the hull. Anyways, good little tank. Although I don't seem to get on with it, which is why I decided not to keep this tank. And the tank that comes after this is definitely well worth having quite a few games in this thing and getting through it as fast as possible. So T37, it's a strange little thing. It's pretty fast. It's quite hard to grind. You really need the top engine pack on this thing just to be able to get around the battlefield as quick as you can and get yourself out of the trouble you get yourself into, which is the main problem I had. With the Chaffee, small, fast, light little tank, you could sneak in and out and just destroy tanks from behind, whereas this is just that little bit slower and a little bit bigger and heavier, and I struggle a little bit, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely no problem with saying, oop, derp, herpy derp, fell off a cliff. It's not the first time you're going to see this week, I can tell you that. Yeah, so anyway, this week, apologies, I've had to have quite a lengthy break due to a certain female being in the house all of the time over the Christmas. But now she's buggered off back to work, I can do whatever I like again. Yeah, so there's going to be extra videos this week. At least one video a day, possibly two. Anyway, so back onto the T37. It does have a good little gun. I would have liked the reloads to be just that little bit faster. If it did have that, I would have said this tank would be right up there with kind of how good the Bulldog is at tier 7. This would be kind of as good at tier 6. I know some of my friends really do get on with this, especially Jake is great. He swears by this tank, and I've seen some pretty big screenshots from him too. Right, so here we go. Pushing in on a Cheeto. He's dead now. Got the rate of fire. And he's out of position. But now I'm out of position too. I'm spotted and I'm right out in the open. Time to boogie out of there. I'm taking some sniping shots from the back. So let's see if we can find those guys. So we're down by 3 tanks in a minute, I think. Oh no, just pulled one back. But still not looking too good, so what I need to do is keep targets spotted and I hope our 3 artilleries actually do something. So 6th sense goes off as a tiger in a really strange position. Stay away from him. Right, so I'm being a bit silly here. Managed to bounce the 87. Extremely lucky. What I should be doing is finding cover and setting up my binos rather than trying to poke. And the 87 finally gets one into me. Not good. So I'm way under half health now, and you don't start off with too many hit points in the first place. Anyway, so let's compare this to some of the other tier 6 light tanks. I think my favourite, up until I played this, was the AMX-12T. Not a bad little tank at all. A little bit funky, a little bit quirky, and the ammo count is pretty damn poor. What else is there? 5916. Absolute piece of junk in my opinion. The amount of times I got one shot in that thing. Not just by artillery, but on most higher tier tanks. Yeah, that one was not fun to play, and I was glad I got through that one as fast as possible. So what other light tanks are there? Is there any Germans? What does the Germans have? Can't remember what's before the Clarence Panzerpanzer now. If the Leopard at tier 5, what's tier 6? Hang on, I'm going to stop recording for a second, go and find out, because I sound like an absolute idiot right now. Right, I'm back, and how could I forget about that tank? It was the VK2801, the little derp scout. Yeah, I think that's possibly got to be the best tier 6 light tank, just for the pure fact that it has a derp gun. And you can go crazy with it. Good use of heat on that tank. You can pen side armour and with the HE rounds you can pen some tanks from the side, and a lot of tanks from the rear end, and do a huge amount of damage, and these things are a pain in the arse, but it's fun to drive. Yeah, so I'd probably put this tank, the T37, second place on my favourite tier 6 light tanks. And then the AMX-12T would be third. Yeah, there we go, finished off the 87. What else is left? Probably quite far away from what's left, to be honest. But, although we've got twice as many tanks, the enemy's team, they've got 3 decent tanks left, and we've got myself and a couple of heavies, along with 3 artillery, and depending where on the enemy have located, it depends whether our artillery can actually count and actually do any damage. But this is just glorious unloading in a tier 7 heavy tank from range if they would pen. Oh, and it just missed the kill shot. That one, either a miss or a bounce there just before that last shot I put in, and I missed another kill shot. Yeah, right, so there, guys seem to be moving in for the kill on that TD. I think it's the enemy team's AT-15. Got no premium left, so it's going to be hard work. But I think the heavy they have left is only a 3601H, so possibly can pick up some damage there. Well, so right now, just a good example of the T37 speed, and as you can see in the bottom of the screen, I did fit fuel on this tank, and possibly if you're really serious about your light tanks, you may even want to go for premium fuel on this thing. It just gives you that little bit more bursty speed that you need with this thing. It's kind of what the engine power doesn't give you, but you really need to be able to just go ham on people and do the ring around the roses as well as you need to be able to do it. Right, so I'm waiting for my opportunity to go in. I can take one hit, and there we go, I've taken it, and that is it now. Can't take any more. Get around the AC-15, but he dies. We let our team sort him out, and here's the VK. Can I get one in? No. I hit the building. Auto aim like a pro. Oh, I'm like a noob at the minute. And again, oh my god. Beat his turret, beat his turret. Yes, we take down the final kill of the game. Not a particularly crazy game in the T37, but like I said at the start, for some reason I just did not get on with this tank, and this was one of the better games I had. And on this day, it was good enough for a mastery. 2,200 damage and only just under 1,000 assists, but it was more of an active game than a passive scouting game. Because if I did just sit in a bush there and light up the targets, and the ones I did light up, no one was hitting anyway, so I just had to do some damage, and that's how it goes. Right, on to the Bulldog now.
We've got enemies in the area. Take them down or capture their base.
So here it is, tankers, the tier 7 American light tank, the M41 Walker Bulldog, the infamous Walker Bulldog. And to be honest, I can see why it has kind of that sort of accolade as being infamous. It is a brilliant little tank. It's fast, it's manoeuvrable, good choice of guns, and that is the main thing about this tank. Which gun you choose to use. I currently have fitted the single shot gun. It's slightly more accurate, and the sort of delay in between rounds between this and the autoloader. The autoloader is around 2 seconds delay between shots in your 10 round drum, where this is 3.2 roughly seconds delay between shots. And obviously you don't have a drum, that is continuous fire. So when you're doing things like I'm going to do at the start of this game, you're much better off with this slightly more accurate single shot gun. But later on in this game, you're also going to see why the drum fed autoloader would be a lot better choice. Anyway, so managed to get 2 into that VKD before he swings his turret around. And there we go, picking up loads of nice juicy SS points. He's going full YOLO. I'll take one there, don't care. There's only one. I've put 4 into him and take the kill shot, so it's a fairly good trade considering how little alpha he hit me for. Notice I was still spotted there, so I was getting aimed at by someone. So I pulled back. There's no point getting one shot by artillery when you don't need to. So here we go, and it's sort of this situation, this sort of range, the .4 accuracy autoloader would have been better. I could have killed him just a little bit quicker, but now I would be left with sort of a half-empty drum. What would I do? Would I reload it and spend 30 seconds reloading? Or fire just slightly slower and continually get another round shoved up the spout, ready to go again. Right, so I thought I might have tracked that Egg Panzer IV in a sideways position there, but it appears that he got away with just a critical hit there. Bang, there we go. Friends in high places. As much as I despise them, when they're on your team and they're working with you, they can be really helpful. And even with this single shotgun, with the slightly better accuracy, you can get let down sort of mid to long range. You do need to fire quite a few to be able to find the target. Although my aim could probably be a little better. Aim wasn't perfect there. Probably should have killed that guy. But never mind. So, game's still pretty close at the minute. Let's just snipe out that 87 once. That's not going to work anymore. By the way, this is a tier 8 game, so effectively I am a top tier tank. So I need to be putting in some work here. I'll switch to heat. That is an IS-3 from a long range. The standard APCR rounds, the pen's going to drop off over range, so you need the heat for the long range shots, especially against sort of tier 8 heavies. And all that cover is just sort of seeing me off for not being able to shoot that Bulldog on his way in. But hopefully the team can sort him out, because I don't want to drive all the way over there now and find he gets killed just as I get there, which would be annoying. So that Bulldog went in for the kill and he is dead. He's brown bread. But he's got a lot of backup. I think it was at this point of the game where I could have pushed a lot sooner. I thought that Jagdpanther there, I thought he was this side of that furthest bump, but he wasn't. I thought those enemies were going to have to come over the top to be able to get to him, but I completely messed that one up. Another problem I have with this tank is the track traverse. It is so good. I find myself doing stunts driving quite a lot of the time, just zigzagging all over the place. Yeah, when you press your stick, there's a slight delay before your tank actually reacts to that input, and it can find you sort of over inputting. Anyway, right, so I switched to HE, going in on his Borsig. He has the big gun. He could quite easily finish me off here. Just auto aim in on my way in. Managed to pen that one for over 200, not bad. Get another one in, but one more HE left, hit him. Go around the guy, can we get around him, can we get around him? Ram him. And he just misses his shot. 150mm shell would have either left me severely crippled or finished me off there. But we take down that Borsig. Now it's time for his friend, a Jagdpanzer IV. And to be fair, this guy did give me a really good go of it. He actually tried his hardest here. If he'd been in quite a few other light tanks, he possibly could have done a lot more damage to me, but not in the Bulldog. Just far too manoeuvrable. Anyway, I'm going to fast forward the rest of the game because I get to the other tanks just as the rest of my platoon mates get there and finish them off, and I get no more damage done. Right, so here we go. I'll whiz off at warp speed. I get to the other side of the map. after doing a little drift and nearly falling off the bridge and killing myself. Here we go, some more of my ziggy-zaggy driving. Yeah, two mates go in, finish off the last guys just as I get there. No more damage done, which is a shame, because in the results in a second you're going to see nice amount of base experience, decent amount of silver, 3043 damage, nearly 1500 assist points, and class 1 mastery. And you'll see from the base experience in a minute, hopefully I will flick across right now, there we go, just under 1900 base experience is a class 1 in this tank. There are a lot of people around here, they're a lot better than me, they know how to play this tank a lot better than me, and they can do some serious damage in this tank. I saw one person screenshot on Twitter the other day, 4,500 damage in this tank. For a tier 7 light tank, it is crazy. It is by far the highlight of this line so far. I'm not far off the T39, I should have it this week, so hopefully I can report about it to you very soon. But the Walker Bulldog is definitely a keeper. If I had enough spare crews, I'm definitely going to keep this tank and use it in the future. Right guys, thanks for sticking around, hope you enjoyed this episode. Please give it a like if you did, please sub if you're not, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.